People can be difficult. They can even influence how we behave. I want you to consider for a moment the best way to deal with these difficult people and difficult situations that you might find yourself in. Do you think that your attitude can improve the way that you behave? And can changing your attitude to be more positive help you to deal better with them? I work at a fitness club here in town, and recently there was a new employee that I didn't know very well. We had a disagreement with one another, and we both got frustrated and walked away, and we found each other very difficult to get along with after that. We would avoid one another or ignore one another when we saw each other. This became very uncomfortable for both of us. I wanted to resolve the situation, but I didn't want to be the first one to approach her. So after a while, I could see that I was probably going to have to be the one to resolve the situation. Some things to consider. Could the problem that I was having with her be a result of my own negative attitude? Was I allowing her to control my attitude and feelings towards her? How could having a positive attitude improve the situation? William James said, whenever you're in a conflict with someone, there is a factor that can make a difference between damaging a relationship and deepening one. The factor is attitude. Did you know that positive people live longer? I have learned that positive people don't get stressed as much in a day-to-day activity, so they produce less inflammation. When stuff doesn't go as planned, they just get over it and move on with life. Less stress means less inflammation, which in turn promotes a longer life. It's a simple formula. Some positive ideas that we can use when dealing with difficult people are: first, to be an observer. Second, don't take things personally. Third, put yourself in their shoes. Fourth, listen to them. Fifth, smile. And sixth, to kill them with kindness. I'm going to tell you more in depth how we can apply these positive ideas to improve each difficult situation we find ourselves in, so that we can feel better about ourselves and about others and our overall health. So we're all busy in our lives and run into different kinds of people everywhere we go. At school, at church, at work, maybe while driving in our car, on the road, or in a restaurant. We have to deal with difficult people all the time. And because we're all different, we need to be aware that we're not always going to agree with everybody that we meet. Just because we don't agree doesn't mean that we can't get along with others when we're with them. So listen. When others are negative and criticize us, don't reject the criticism. Evaluate it. They may have some concerns or even some good suggestions. We need to listen. We can turn it into something positive if we really hear what they are saying to us. Observe. Some people are too proud to speak up when they need help. When you see someone struggling at work, and don't wait until they get so frustrated that they, take it out on somebody else. Approach them and let them know that they can ask questions if they need help with something. Don't take things personally. We all get frustrated sometimes, and we just need to vent it off. When others say things that could be offensive, don't take it personally. They more than likely just want to get it off their chest. I'm sure we all have said a few things that we wish we wouldn't have in our lives before to someone else. Put yourself in their shoes. Some people are very overly talkative. I'm sure that we've all met somebody like this before. And this makes it hard to contribute to a conversation or to share your feelings about something. It can be very frustrating for you. Maybe they are nervous or very excited about what they are sharing with you. Maybe you could interrupt by saying, "These are great ideas," and share some of your own. Smile. When someone is tailing you while you're driving in your car, or even giving you the bird sometimes for your poor driving skills, you can smile at them and wave, or just let them pass. You might be surprised at how they might respond, and they might feel silly for acting so upset. We really don't know what other people are going through, so smiling might make all the difference to them. Kill them with kindness. It isn't really hard to be upset with someone when it's hard to be upset with someone when they're being nice to you or kind to you. This doesn't mean that you have to overdo it and not be insincere, but it just means that kindness can spread if you really mean it. When you know someone is having a hard day or frustrated about something, you can make their life easier by doing something nice for them. Friendly, kind words or actions can change someone's attitude quickly. If we use these steps above, we will be more successful when dealing with difficult people in our lives. We will feel healthier and happier and live longer. I hope you will apply these positive ideas as you deal with others. When I was in my difficult situation, I decided that I was going to change my attitude and to be the first person to resolve the problem. Doing this made me feel better about myself and about my working environment. I realized that it's really up to me to decide how to get along better with other people. I feel less frustrated because I chose to be positive about the situation. Less stress means less inflammation, which makes me healthier and happier. Charles Swindoll summarized a positive attitude. He said, "The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, the education, the money, the circumstances, the failure, the successes, than what other people think or say or do. It is much more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, church, or a home. The remarkable thing is that we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change the past. We cannot change the fact that people will act a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing that we can do is play on the one string that we have, and that is our attitude." He goes on to say that I'm convinced that life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And so with that, we are in charge of our attitudes. Our positive attitudes can make a huge difference when dealing with difficult people. So after hearing my speech today, what kind of an attitude will you choose to have when dealing with difficult people?